What's up, everybody? It's Angelina Love, 7-time Women's World Champion, one half of the beautiful people, and you are listening to Toilet Side Talk. Have fun.
The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Hi, this is Brad Marcus, and welcome to another episode of Toilet Side Wrestling Talk. Today's guest has worked for 01 USA, Glory Pro Wrestling, New Wave Pro, St. Louis Anarchy, Bittersweet Pro, and I could go on. Shared the ring with likes of Joey O'Reilly, Dan Liplock, Gary J, Zach Sawyers, NBA Hall of Famer Dr. J, Victor Analog, and I could go on. So let's welcome today's guest, someone who's just a tad bit happier than, say, a freshly divorced senior citizen. I give you Deathwish, Anakin Murphy. Anakin,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm pretty okay. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Where are you right now? State. You don't have to give a specific address because sometimes people who listen to this are weird.
Yeah, I'm in Illinois. Like dead in the center of Illinois.
Oh, you know where Savoy is? Or Champaign?
No. Oh, no, yeah, Champaign, yeah.
I live in the town right next to Champaign now.
Okay,
I moved here like 2 years ago. Is it close to where you are?
Yeah, I'm in Springfield.
Oh, so it's like an hour away.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, and I won't get too much into breakfast, but have you been to that restaurant in Springfield that has it was on the show Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, something called the Shoe? It's like a breakfast, and there's like gravy and cheese.
I haven't really been there. I don't really.
But you know of it?
No, I don't.
That's okay. Have you ever heard of Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do live in Springfield. Anyways, okay. Now I'm not concerned's probably not the word. What was the last time you were happy? Would you say?
Last time I was happy?
Yeah.
Like generally as a person, I'm very happy. I have a really cool life. So
Okay.
like right now, I guess.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, so it's there's no spillover into your
No.
character. Okay,
No.
good. And then my other question, and then we'll get into like more wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
Is it hard to, put on weight or keep weight on?
Yeah, extremely. I have just a super high metabolism, and people like Gary J, I really relate to. Him being one of my close friends anyway also helps a lot.
Sure.
So like seeing him and seeing places he goes doesn't really like bring my confidence down much, but like I'm still like eating peanut butter like spoonfuls, trying to
really
get all the protein I can get to gain weight, but it'll happen eventually or it won't.
Yeah,
Either
exactly.
way, I'll be fine.
You're doing fine right now. Were you as a child, were you on the thinner side?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember I graduated I had the same problem with my metabolism. I graduated high school at like 120 pounds. And then like after both kids, I swear to God, it's hard to keep weight off at this point. So like enjoy this time.
Yeah.
So you're in Springfield, state capital. Did you grow up in Illinois?
Yeah. I was born in Jacksonville. That's like my hometown.
Okay. Where
And
is that?
it's like 30-40 minutes away from Springfield.
Okay.
But yeah, that's like where my hometown is, and like I love Jacksonville.
Is it do you go back there often?
Yeah, like even now, like I still try to go there every week to go see my parents.
Oh, cool. So your parents still live there?
Right. Yeah.
Were they from the area or like this part of Illinois?
Yeah. They're in Central Illinois too.
Okay. Did they like grow up in that area?
I assume so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. May I ask how your parents met?
I don't really know. It's my dad and my stepmom.
Okay.
I just consider them my parents.
Sure.
And I've just kind of like ever since I came out, I always knew my stepmom. So that's just kind of how it went.
Okay. Do you treat her like a mom?
Yeah, she her name's Sherry. Sherry really stepped up whenever I needed a mom, and like I always talk about like my dad on podcasts because like he got me into wrestling, he supports it, but like no one has helped me more on a personal level than Sherry has. So, and in a way, yes, that's basically my mom.
Has she been in your life for a long time now? Like were you since a child?
Ever since I was like maybe a year or two, I think.
So this is your mom, like
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And she was your dad was had you did you guys have did you have siblings? I'm sorry, I'm marble mouth right now.
No, you're good. I do have one half sister, but like by the time I came out, she's already 15, 16. So I was kind of an only child growing up.
Oh yeah. Was that lonely at home?
No, I kind of enjoyed it. I like being alone most of the time.
Really? Like you preferred that over, like being with a group of people?
I prefer both. It's kind of just how I depend, like on the day, how I feel.
Oh, okay. Did you have a lot of friends?
Yeah. I still, like growing up, I had a lot of cool friends, and like I backyarded with some, and even now I have a good group of friends.
And are some of them in Jacksonville still? Like, do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So when you go back, you're seeing your family and your friends.
Yeah.
Okay. Question then. How would this family and friends describe you when you were a little kid?
Probably quiet and like, I guess like introverted, but like I loved wrestling all my life. So like, that's like anybody who like knew me knew I was just quiet and that I loved wrestling.
Yeah. So, okay. So when did wrestling, like, how did it enter your life, like for the first time?
My dad was always into it whenever he was a kid. And like, I think whenever I was like 6 or 7, I just came into his room while he was watching Raw, and I was like, "Hey, what's this?" And I just watched it with him, and then ever since then, it's been
Had you ever heard of it or anything?
No, I don't think so. Until I was like 6.
Who was the champion? Or who was the main eventers at that time?
I want to say this is whenever Randy Orton was doing like his rivalry with Triple H, where he was like punt kicking the McMahon.
Sure, totally.
I think it was around then. I remember my first like viewing of wrestling is whenever CM Punk won the Intercontinental title over William Regal. That was like my first like match I ever watched.
Oh, really? Did you watch a lot of wrestling with your dad?
Yeah. It was like almost every week occurrence, where it wasn't every week occurrence where we would watch wrestling together. And even now, like sometimes I still go over there to watch pay-per-views with them.
Oh God, I wish I had that. That sounds awesome. We'll jump back. I'm gonna jump ahead and then come right back.
Okay.
Is he so proud of you that you're a professional wrestler?
Yeah. He tells me that he's proud of me a lot.
That's amazing. Okay, so you're a little kid, you're watching pro wrestling, your dad loves it, he grew up loving it. How does what's your stepmom's view of it during that time?
Mom hates it.
Okay.
she hates wrestling just because like we're like she's in a house with a bunch of wrestling fans, so it gets like
Oh,
annoying to
yeah.
her at times. But she puts up with it because she knows it makes me happy, and she still supports it.
Oh, has she ever been to like a WWE wrestling event or somewhere where you weren't wrestling? Like, did you
No,
guys ever take her? No.
no, we didn't.
What is it a case, because I had this with my wife, that just from being like in a house where like wrestling's a big deal, even if you're not a fan, you know more about wrestling than most like other women, like that you work with in your office and stuff, just by being around it and hearing the names and stuff.
I can see that for other people. For
Hmm.
my mom, it was or rather, yeah, sorry. For my mom, it wasn't really like that, but I can see
Okay.
that for other people.
Did she have any problem with like, oh, I don't want him seeing that at age 6 or 7 because I don't want him to do
No,
like hurt himself?
no, no.
Okay. Did your dad take you to live shows?
I went to a couple, but like for whatever reason, and I'm still like this. I don't really go. Like I don't really like watching live
Hmm.
wrestling events, like big time wrestling events. I don't really.
Yeah.
I never liked it, and I still don't like it. Like
Hmm.
going to local shows is kind of what always interested me more because it was like I guess a lot more up close and a lot more personal.
Oh, sure, sure. Um, and a lot cheaper. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and if it's a lot cheaper, especially if you don't eat or drink anything at these things. It ends up costing a fortune. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about that. Um, so how were you as like a student at your young age, high school, that kind of thing?
I mean, are you talking about like grade wise? Like
Like,
grade?
was that important to you? Like, were you like, all A's?
No, I was a pretty C average
Mm-hmm.
student. Which is whatever. Like school, like I kind of cared about school.
Uh,
Like I wanted to graduate. That was like the always end goal, and I ended up graduating,
yeah, yeah.
which is cool. But like I was always pretty average.
And ever since then, nobody's ever said to you, "Hey, what did you average in mathematics?" You know what I mean? Like,
No,
what was your GPA? And like, it's never come up again.
no.
Okay, so did oh, I forgot to ask this. So you fell in love with wrestling. Did any of your buddies, like, were they into it too? At
Yeah,
real
yeah.
young.
I have a high school friend
Hmm.
who is now a wrestler, and we met in high school and backyarded together and trained together. And now we're wrestling together. Like we're in a car
Hmm.
pretty much every week. Like today's Thursday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow they're gonna be at my house, and we're gonna go to a show Saturday together. Like
Oh, wow.
it's a pretty much like they're considering like one of my best friends. Like I have like three best friends probably,
Uh-huh.
and like they're definitely at the top of it.
When you were in high school, did your mom have plans for you after high school that may have differed with what you want to do after high school?
No, the thing with my parents is that like they trusted that whatever I wanted to do, I was gonna go ahead and do it.
Hmm.
And it wasn't until like I was like 13 whenever I was like, oh yeah, I want to be a wrestler. Because like
Okay.
up until that point, I was always told like, oh, you're gonna be too small, whatever. And
Hmm.
then I went to a local indie show whenever I was 13, and that was like the night that was like, hey, I'm gonna be a wrestler. It's been my dream anyway. So they supported it,
Okay.
and I basically just went and did it and became the wrestler.
Did this first indie show, did you start then going to more stuff in the area?
Yeah, it was only one promotion because I only
Uh,
knew of really one promotion. So like
okay.
over like the course of I want to say 2 years, I went to this promotion
Okay.
pretty regularly.
What are
Uh,
some, when I moved to, do you consider Champaign Central, Illinois?
yeah, I consider
Okay.
it.
Um, I just came from North, so I moved down here like 2 years ago, and there was the whole pandemic, and I couldn't work because my kids were at home, blah blah blah. So what are some good promotions within like an hour or two of Champaign?
01 USA. It's in
Okay.
Mattoon. Um, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm there like that's one of my regular places.
Yeah, sure.
So closest to Champaign is 01.
Okay, and how far is that? I mean, I should ask you this off the air, but how far is that?
I want to say an hour. It could be more, it could be less.
Because New Wave is just like 90 minutes straight shot from here to Terre Haute. Okay, getting back to your head. When was the first time you went into a wrestling ring?
I was 16 and I pretty much started training. That was
Okay.
my first time like actually in a wrestling ring.
Okay.
It was at Ace Wrestling Academy, which is Cowboy Bob Orton's school in
Sure.
St. Louis, and that was like my first like in-ring stuff.
So this was when you were 16?
Yeah.
Okay. Where were you, your home base was still Jacksonville?
Yeah, so that was a 2-hour drive every week.
Oh, really? So it was one time a week?
Twice.
Okay. So you're 16. Who's driving you there?
It started out being in a carload with some people, and then it was just me and
okay.
and Jacques, which was the friend that I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Like, that's where me and Jacques trained. That's where like regardless, me and Jacques is always in that car.
Oh, okay. So how do you go from being a normal 16-year-old to like finding a trainer like 2 hours away with a prestigious, wrestling family and a, prestigious wrestling city?
It just kind of happened, I guess. I know before that I was reffing a little bit at shows and like setting up and tearing down at shows that were like local to me.
And
so
what'd you do? You just go there and say, hey, I'm here to do anything?
I had help. Rob Leach is another one of my best friends, and
cool.
he's one of the main people in PWA, which is a promotion in Springfield. And that was like where I first like got to ref and got to like set up and tear down rings, and he helped me get on like, hey, this guy's my friend. He can just help us do stuff.
Oh, so and then who guided you towards to the Bob Orton training?
I found I saw like an ad on Facebook, and I was like, oh, okay, this is it. This is where I can go train.
Were you nervous the first time you were going for training?
It's weird. I don't really get nervous because like it's like things aren't like real to me until like way later. Like I didn't
after
realize...
you've done them.
What?
They're not real till after you've done those things.
Yeah, like way after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I wrestled Gary J, right, and like that's like my main dream match, and it happened in February of 2021, and I didn't really sit back and was just like, holy can I cuss on here?
Oh, of course.
Okay, I wasn't like, holy shit, I wrestled Gary J until like 6 months after.
Oh, really? Like, did we wake up like 3 a.m, like, oh my god, it just hit you?
Yeah, it just hits me at random points. So like I wasn't ever really nervous. Like right before I go out of the curtain for a match, like I get anxiety about it sometimes, but I'm not like about to puke. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It doesn't really hit me till later.
It's like manageable.
Yeah.
So you get there. Are there other first time, trainees when you get there, or when you started?
Yeah, there was.
So are you guys like trying to measure up again? Hold that question. And this is not to be insulting. What made you think that you could be a pro wrestler at the time? Like, were you in good shape, or?
I wanted to.
That was all you need.
Yeah.
And did they say to you, oh, you're a 16-year-old, scrawny kid, or not scrawny? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like this academy, what I hope, like, they have new trainers and like people still go there, so more power to them. But I had a pretty bad time there because they're pretty old school, so like they were looking at me and be like, oh, you're just a skinny kid, so like whatever with you.
Oh, okay. So did you get out of there quick?
Well, I stayed there, learned the basics,
Mm-hmm.
eventually went to another school, learned
Mm-hmm.
more. I credit pretty much all my training to one guy named Roy Lewis, because
Oh,
he
okay.
was the one that was actually like caring, and he was right by my side with every drill,
Mm-hmm.
every like spot that we did. Every time he wanted to teach me something, Roy was always there, and Roy continues to be there. And I've said this on so many other podcasts, like
Mm-hmm.
I owe two people, well now three. Oh, three people pretty much all my success for how much they've helped me, and that's
Yeah.
Roy, Matt Fitchett, and Gary J. Those three people have helped me the most wrestling wise, and I'm just eternally grateful for all three of them.
Yeah, yeah. Do they know this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they know
yeah.
that.
So okay, so is it common or uncommon to find a trainer like you just described in the business to teach you? Or is it like what you're saying is like, oh, he's just a skinny kid?
I think it's like whatever happens kind of thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know some people were like, oh yeah, this is who I was trained by, this is who I learned the most from, and then some other people are like, yeah, I was trained by him, but I learned the most from this guy. You know what I mean? Like,
Got it.
for example, in St. Louis, there's a wrestler named Dingo
Okay.
who trained a bunch of people, and some people were like, yeah, I was trained by this guy, but I learned everything from Dingo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's not like the quantity of time you're with someone; it's like the quality of what happens.
I think it's both.
Little both. Oh, okay. Um. So after your first day of training, how long is training, by the way?
I think for me it was like a year. I don't really know.
No, but per each time you would go, like, was it a couple hours?
Oh, yeah, it was like 2-3 hours.
So when you would be, driving home after your first training, what's going through your mind? Like, so excited to get back there, or
Yeah, I think it was, I can't really remember, but I think it
hmm
was more like excitement that I'm like,
okay.
okay, cool. Like this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna work as hard as I can.
So when you had your first match, did you go to somebody and say I'm ready, or did someone come to you and say you're ready for your first match?
Uh,
Did you have to wait? Did you have to wait till you were a certain age to have your first match?
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of wrestlers that are wrestling at like 16. Some are
hmm
even wrestling at like 14, 15.
Wow.
So yeah, I was 17 whenever I had my first match. It was
hmm
in June of 2019.
Okay.
So yeah.
Was that did you have like family in the crowd? Like, was your dad
No,
there? Any of your friends? No.
no.
Has that changed since?
Not really, because most of my shows are more than an hour away.
Okay.
So like it's kind of hard for my family to come out for those.
Sure. Sure. Did you at least get them IWTV?
Yeah, like they have like streaming services and YouTube, and
Oh,
like they know
cool.
where they can watch me.
So does your dad watch all the content that, comes across like on IWTV and YouTube?
Yeah, whenever he
Wow.
knows of it, yeah.
Um, are there plans for him to see you live?
No,
Like, is that something that might happen?
um, again, if it happens, it happens, but like
Mhm.
I don't see it happening for a while because like again, like most of my shows are 2+ hours away.
Yeah, yeah. Um, okay. So after you have your first match, what happens then? Do you have to go out and promote yourself, or is it again like people help you, like go talk to this guy or go show up at this promotion?
I promoted myself, and I
Mhm.
still like showed up at promotions because
Okay.
as a wrestler,
Uh-huh.
like I always prided myself on never really having a weekend off,
hmm
and now that I've like done it for almost 3 years, I'm just like I could have had a couple weekends off, save some money, save some like body ache, but like
Sure.
as a like whenever I first got in, I wanted to wrestle every weekend, so I would go to whatever shows or hop in some carloads or
Uh-huh.
do whatever I could to get uh, like I could wrestle that weekend.
So like during the week, did you have like a shoot job?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've had a lot of jobs. I can't really like count them or like name them off, but
Sure.
I've had a lot of jobs.
Oh, okay. But like, so between like working and training, are you also like going to the gym, like, in the beginning every
Yeah.
day? Like, did you have any time to sit and watch TV for an hour?
Well, I need to go to the gym, but like
Mm-hmm.
I've never really been a gym person,
Mm-hmm.
just because it just doesn't make me feel good. But I
Mm-hmm.
need to just kind of like get over that and do it.
Yeah.
I do have like free time too now.
Oh, okay.
Like I do have like time where I'm just like relaxing at home,
Mm-hmm.
or like I like to go on walks,
Sure.
stuff like that. Play with my
Video
cat.
games?
Sometimes, yeah.
Some. What's your what console is of choice?
I'm a PlayStation person.
Oh, nice. You have a PlayStation household.
Yeah.
Sony. Okay, so has gas been killing you, like driving to shows?
Yeah, but like it's not like I'm not going to pay for gas and I'm not going to get to that show.
Yeah, yeah. But does it like do you get compensated to like offset that?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, okay, cool. Um, how often during the week, Monday through Friday, are you in a wrestling ring?
Monday through Friday,
Mm-hmm.
not as much as I would like to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't have a lot of like money or time to go train that much, but
Mm-hmm.
like I usually have about double shot, triple shots almost every weekend. This time I have one, but I
Mm-hmm.
know like the next three have like 3 shows that week.
Oh, okay. Are you always thinking about wrestling regardless of where you are?
Sometimes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do other people like do you get distracted like when other people are around
Um,
like from that?
no, not really. I kind
Okay.
of like if I'm at work, I'm not really thinking about wrestling. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
uh like for example, this Sunday I have a wedding to go to. I'm probably not going to be thinking about wrestling there either.
Yeah, sure, sure. Are you the one getting married?
No, I'm the
Oh,
best
okay.
man at it.
Oh, really? You're the
Yeah,
best man?
yeah.
Did you have to do a bachelor party?
We're not. We're just doing the ceremony and the reception, and that's it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, back to like in ring. How did you decide upon a finisher?
I decided on a finisher last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
And
never really had a finisher. I just kind of did whatever.
yeah, but like, what goes into that? Like, say, why does that take a while? Because I've seen you try like different things.
I think with all wrestlers, it's just a matter of just finding who you are
Mm-hmm.
and finding what works for you, versus what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like now, my finisher is a double stomp, like a grounded double stomp to the back of the head, which is a move that Gary J did, and Gary J gave it to me, and that's gonna be my finisher.
That's amazing. That doesn't happen a lot, correct?
Uh,
Like where someone will give
oh,
you. Was to say, did have you tried like did anyone tell you, listen, you got to get like a consistent finisher like over the since 2019?
um, no, not really. It was just always in the back of my head, like, oh, I have to get a finisher one day. Like, I have to
Mm-hmm.
make this finisher known. I think with the Gary stomp, like that's gonna be like that's gonna be what like my finisher is gonna be. Like I've tried I wanted to do an octopus stretch one time, didn't really work out. I did like a spinning heel kick, didn't really work out.
Okay.
So it is a matter of just finding what works for me, and I think that
Mm-hmm.
double stomp with my stature just works for me really well.
Did and then like regarding like a move set, how do you like how do you create one for yourself and that fits your character?
I just do things that I think are cool and that
Mm-hmm.
see myself doing and what makes sense for me doing. Like, I do a lot of strikes.
Uh-huh.
I can't like I'm athletic, but I'm not like a high flying level of athletic, so I can't like springboard or do a lot of flips. I'm obviously not a powerhouse, so what works for me is strikes, and I gotta make them meaningful. So like strikes is what, again, it goes back to what works for you, and strikes work for me.
And then as far as your character, when do you start thinking about that? In your training.
I had a character set like a couple months into it,
Okay.
that I was gonna be an emo kid, and the emo kid evolved from like being like a funny, relatable one to like a semi-serious one, and then now I'm like I think the gimmick and the emo kid like persona that I have is like right where I've always wanted it to be.
Yeah. It's a great character. I saw the last two New Wave Pro shows, and that's what attracted me to you initially. Do you find that is it a pain having to promote yourself on social media? Like, do you feel like this is something you have to do?
Yeah, you have to do it, but I don't think it's a pain.
It's not a pain. Do you have to put stuff up every day?
I don't do it every day,
Mm-hmm.
but I do just try to promote myself whenever I can.
Mm-hmm. Do you wake up in the mornings on the day of a show like excited?
Yeah, it's usually excitement.
What's your day of routine?
For a wrestling show,
Mm-hmm.
so night before, I usually wash my gear and pack up everything, so it's like all ready to go. Depending on when I leave, sometimes I have to leave really early. Sometimes I just get up, shower, and go.
Okay.
But like, say I got to leave at like 11.
Mm-hmm.
I usually just get up and just relax for a bit, take a shower, and just probably go on a walk, and then get in the car and go.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's pretty like regular. Like, I don't do anything like super cool or special.
Yeah. Like you don't eat like a whole fried chicken or something,
No,
every match day. Do you have a dog?
no, I have a cat.
Oh, okay. Because I thought maybe a dog might be a nice walking companion.
No, I mean, sometimes I walk my cat. She loves to be outside, but
I love seeing cats on leash. They look so like out of place, like seeing them on like the grass or on the sidewalk. But I guess squirrels do it. So coming up, for this next year, what are kind of like benchmarks you want to hit for the rest of 2022?
I do want to get some titles under me, and I
Mm-hmm.
want to become a more prominent figure in the South and Southeast, because I
Okay.
think it's a really, really hot spot right now, and I feel like I belong.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of want to wrestle everywhere. That's just always been the goal anyway. And
Uh-huh.
it's always going to be the goal. It's just to wrestle everywhere and to just make my name mean more.
So, like, as a 13-year-old kid, um, is wrestling everything that you were hoping it was like when you were younger so far in your career?
Yeah, it's a lot more than what I thought it was going to
Mm-hmm.
be. Because I didn't think that I would like have the matches that I've had. I wouldn't think I would be in a stable with a bunch of really, really good people that I admire. And I don't think that I would like, I never really thought like this early that I would like be with the promotions that I'm a regular for.
Yeah. Um, are you proud of yourself? Can you say that?
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself.
Um, that's amazing. What is it? Birds I'm hearing, or is it? I don't know if it's my kids fighting or if I was hearing a bird. Um, all right. So what's coming up in the next couple weeks as far as shows?
I have 3 New Wave Pro shows.
Okay.
Um, and I have the St. Louis Anarchy Dingo Invitational Tournament,
Okay.
which I'm in, and I have 01, and another debut that I can't really announce right now.
But you got something there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
This month is pretty stacked.
okay. Is that what you want as a typical month?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have stuff? How far out do you have stuff booked?
December. I have like stuff to December.
Oh my. So you have to keep your own like schedule and all that stuff?
Yeah, I do it pretty simply. I just have it in my notes app on my phone.
Totally. Yeah, that's great for that. All right, Anakin, I'm gonna let you go pretty soon.
Okay.
Go have a nice evening. Can I ask you 5 non-wrestling related yes or no questions?
Okay.
Okay. Can you watch a children's show for more than 30 minutes at a time?
Probably not. No.
Okay, good. Have you ever seen any of the Faces of Death movies?
No.
Okay, don't. For $4.1 million, would you fake having amnesia for a year and then you can tell everybody why you did it?
Probably not, because I would probably get like that'd be a lot of cool money, but that'd be like that would kind of suck for other people.
Yeah, that's a hard role to pull off for a year. Do you consider a dolphin to be a cross between a dog and a fish?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And then the last question, have you ever used like a baby bottle to like drink a Coke out of or?
No, I have not.
Okay, perfect. 5 for 5. You did great there. All right. Hey, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I do have a question for you.
What's up?
If we cut off all your hair tonight, on your head, how long would it take for it to grow back to where it is now?
A year, probably.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So no plans on cutting those locks?
No, I got to keep my hair, and I like my hair.
Yeah, you need your hair for it. It adds so much to the character. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Don't worry. You can close your eyes tonight. I'm not coming by with clippers or anything like that. You're safe. Was just wondering. All right. Thank you so much. I wish you nothing but health and happiness going forward, and hopefully we can talk again down the line.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you too.
All right, Anakin. You take care.
See you later.
All right. Bye.